What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So guys, it is Sunday. That means that what I'm going to do in this video is get you guys well prepared, well equipped for next week in the markets. Listen, 2025, we want to have an incredible year. So that means we want to get prepared before the markets open up on Monday. All right, talking about incredible years. This week, closed out of a trade on Nvidia. Those were call options. That trade netted me 44,000 in profit. Unbelievable trade. All right. As a matter of fact, I actually did a video on YouTube saying I'll make $30,000 by January the 1st. Okay, so that came full circle. But before I go ahead, what I want to do is just showcase some of the members over the Patreon community that I lead and I guide every step of the way, just to see what some of the guys over there did. Right, it's good to go ahead and appreciate some of the guys, some of the members, because they're on an incredible journey with me. All right, so we have one of our members, Lakashea, hopefully I said that right, made 87% on that call option on Nvidia. So listen up, guys, with these call options, there's what we're looking to do is we're looking to make 100%, 125, 150% returns. All right, minimum on our options trades. That's how we go ahead and scale our accounts as quickly as possible in a sustainable way right throughout the year. We're not looking to go ahead and make 10%, 7% a year. Okay, we don't want to get paid out. We don't want to get rich when we're 60. We want to make money now. And the way to do that is through these options trades. So shout out to this member here. And you guys already know I've done loads of these member shout outs. I'm always shouting out guys like Ali, guys like Raul. But what I want to do is just get through all the members, all right, showcase all the members at some point in time. We've got Tom, another member I haven't showcased, 230% on this Nvidia trade. So for the members, I did put a post out saying that we're going to re-enter, okay? So sometimes with these options trade, you might make a first entry, then you go ahead and make a second entry, right? That may bring, well, that will bring down your average cost. That's just a little tool, a little strategy that we deploy sometimes. So Tom went ahead, made 230%. Shout out Tom. Now what Tom's going to do is he's going to go ahead and with his now larger account side, he's going to be able to go ahead and make an entry into another position, right? Our next position with a slightly bigger entry size. That's how he's going to scale up and stack. So his next profits that he makes from his next trade will be even larger than the first one. So that's Tom. And Yavinder again. So this is a bit of a longer message, but again, the nuts and bolts, he smashed on Nvidia as well, and some other positions. He said he's held out and made fantastic returns, right? So that's what we love to do over there. So if you haven't already, make sure you're in the Patreon. I don't want any of you guys missing out. It allows me to connect with you guys in real time, give you guys that real time information that I can't always do on YouTube, right? But that being said, we're going to look ahead to the markets next week. I'm going to give you guys a couple of names because next week is looking like a very, very interesting week, and I want you guys to be prepared for it, okay? That being said, guys, the first name you want to look out for next week is going to be Robinhood, okay? This isn't one that I mention all the time, but now is a very good time to mention this name. It's currently $41. Tons of upside in this one. We're talking towards $50, right? But first port of call will be $45 from where it's at. So $45 from here at 41, that's a 10% increase. If you take that to the options market, that 10% increase will be a much bigger number. It won't be 10%, it'll be in the region of 75 to 100 to 125%, depending on which specific contract that you went ahead and selected. So Robinhood next week, looking absolutely phenomenal. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at the charts. Again, this is just going to be high level, right? I want to give you guys the kind of like the bones, the skeletal information. Don't want to go too deep. You don't need that type of information. Just as long as you're aware of what's going on, you guys will be absolutely fine. The key thing here is that Robinhood survived that kind of tricky phase it was going through at $37. So you can see over the month, it hit that $37 multiple times. As a matter of fact, 3 times, survived that. And then in the last week, we saw a nice uplift at the back end of the week. again, the expectation is we continue that weekly strength into next week. So that's going to create a very, very good opportunity. Okay, so I'm looking at call options on this name. The specific strike price, the specific option contract, all of that will be decided on Monday morning. So again, make sure you're in the Patreon to get that information. But the key thing is Robinhood for call options should be high on your list for next week. Okay, the next name, all right, is going to be Nvidia. All right, I just spoke about them. Just told you guys what we managed to achieve this week just gone on Nvidia, but the train doesn't stop because at $145, given that move that we saw at the back end of the week, as a matter of fact, look at that sharp move. You saw it go from 139 all the way up to 145. Okay, that's what made us all print on that call option that I showed you guys at the beginning of the video. But again, we've been waiting for this break for some time. That means we got a lot of stored energy, right? This is a concept that I teach the guys when I do the one-to-ones over the Patreon. This concept of stored energy, what it is, how to identify it. But we had tons of stored up energy on this one, and typically that release isn't just a one-day move, it's a multi-day move, right? So to take advantage of a multi-day move, we're in call options. Again, for those of you guys who are new, call options allow you to maximize the upside when a stock goes higher. Okay, so instead of just buying the stock, making 2% here, 5% there, you're in call options, you're able to make 100% here, 125% here, right? That's how you do it, okay? That is how you do it. If you guys want to do as well as possible, make the most amount of returns from the markets, you got to be getting involved in these options, right? You got to be getting involved. And I'll show you guys weekly what we do. I'll show you guys the return potential if you guys stick with it. It's massive, it's huge, and I want all of you guys to do exceptionally well. That's the aim of the game. I want all of you guys to do very, very, very well. And an avenue to do that is going to be through the options market. So Nvidia, just like Robinhood, going into next week, guys, looks phenomenal. What I'm trying to give you guys is that foundation, give you guys some structure, because listen, there's a lot of information out there. And what it's doing is pulling you guys in different directions. You're not going to know what to do. Should you buy this here, buy that there, sell this here? If I'm able to give you guys the structure, all right, couple of names, that's going to give you guys a bit of a blueprint to follow. And that's going to give you guys a much better way, a much better system of hitting success, all right? The last name I got for you, it might be the last name. Depends how nice I'm feeling. Alphabet, again, we are at 193. This one has gone through what we call a stall phase. This one's gone a little bit quiet. If you look at the monthly chart, you look at that sideways movement, right? Very silent, not doing too much. But underneath the surface, we've had this one survive the 190 scare, all right? So it dropped to 190 a couple of times, hit that, but it survived. We saw back end of the week some strength into Friday's close. The continuation as we push higher, breaking through this 194 barrier that we had last week. So this is another name. Again, this is benefiting from its activities in the autonomous driving movement. This is a name that's got some very good fundamentals backing it and a lot of market confidence. You marry up those three things, you're going to get some very strong moves to the upside. All right, so this is another name that I'm looking to take advantage of with the guys over the Patreon in call options. Okay, but again, what I like to do is Monday morning, check the movement, the pre-market movement, what it's done overnight on Sunday, see if there's any kind of changes, select the contracts, select the strike prices, the expiration dates, fire that information out to the guys over at the Patreon so they can follow my lead and get into these positions, right? So this is another name that is shaping up to be very, very strong next week, okay? So if you guys are looking at these names, Hood, Nvidia, Alphabet, moving into next week, you guys will do exceptionally well, okay? So definitely keep your eyes out on these ones. But as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next video.